Good morning to you, Libras. I had a Libra friend that encouraged me to keep updating the archival site, which this has become. It has the potential to come out of archival, so I will update for the next 5 days, and then we'll see where we go, if that's okay with you. Today, we're discussing the Divine Feminine journey in a serious way, but we're also going to bring in future outcomes, and the Divine Feminine is having it hard right now. Also, the Divine Masculine is coming out with throat chakra infusing. He's also talking more if you want to look at the Divine Masculine in a more broad frame. Divine Feminine is still very intellectual, but there's a little bit of empathic, it can be exhaustion, and it also can be empathic burnout if you're feeling that. Now, this journey is not easy, and it never has been, and that's why we're updating the DF journey right now. So thank you to Libra friend too that said, just keep updating it and see what happens. I want to do it for the next 5 days, so we'll just kind of see. We're going to update this one, and we're going to go toward the new Libra channel. I actually do both now. It's a lot of work, but we're here today, okay? And that's what matters. So we have Enchanted Forest Oracle. We're going to begin with the teal deck here. Has a little bit of it's very positive and happy on the back. Has a lot of light infusing qualities, and then there's Pegasus right there. So we're going to go with this first, the current Divine Feminine journey, for my viewers that are Libra and anybody that was drawn to this video if they are Divine Feminine, okay? Anybody who is Divine Feminine operates completely in the solar, knows how to, very comfortable space of creativity, being intellectual, expressing yourself, and being confident in that. If you notice, Divine Feminine sometimes question whether they're on the journey. Thank you. We have a couple we're going to discuss. We'll do 3 and then check the bottom of the deck. We have a purification time in July 2025. So the date today is the 19th of July, and we have purification. There's another card that's very similar to this in Enchanted Forest Oracle, and then you have happiness there, 10 of Cups with the bluebird spirit. It says happiness. Okay, let me just meditate a little bit on what I've got here, Libra. Okay, I also feel like there are other signs that can find this Divine Feminine journey too. They can find this video today. So purification. I think it's a soul's growth. I think it's undergoing a massive change in July. Okay, as I proceed forward, because we have 3 mystery cards on the desk, and we have to talk about that as a real feminine that's going through changes. It can be bodily, it can be energetic too. So with this fairy here, and I know it's like ultra storybook, I get it. It says Pine Spirit. She is raising one thing with a beam of light in the palm, and the other one is a pine in the right hand. Yeah, it's a pine. But she's caught in the snow. Something here plants could have frozen, or another element too is that you could have been caught by surprise by a recent event, or things seem to have a stalemate. But you get to purify yourself in this period of time, Divine Feminine. Even the masculines have this too. Masculines have components that make them Divine Feminine, right? So we'll look at this with a tarot card. We're going to have to clarify and explain through that. We also have the Blue Jay Spirit. It's gorgeous. It says that happiness is up next in the subconscious pattern. You also have an activation. This could be happening simultaneously for the DF energy because she is acknowledging her gifts and her power as a woman, okay? Now, sometimes when you're too creative or you don't have writer's block and you keep going, something like that, it can be very feminine. You're barely touching onto the masculine portion of yourself. I think it's the balance of the two that make us very balanced as Libras, even when we have a good mix of the masculine and feminine. Libra is a masculine sign. But here it says in the future, we have a happy event. This could be personal events, Libra, for the Divine Feminine. We will look at both with a tarot card. And I'm going to stop with the Bear Spirit with healing. There could be some extreme healing going on. It's a 4 of Swords energy in today's deck. It always comes out as a 4 of Swords. And then there's Libra at the bottom of the deck. After shuffle, that was pretty cool. So this is your journey right now. I would even call this July to August. I'm very confident from horoscope watching and astrology. So we're going to read these. We have leadership skills. Yes, for sure. This can be something that you're going through right now. As a person, even if you're just solely feminine, my guys could be watching right now, but there could also be a switch up in work that allows you to be more pliable, movable. Last night we had a reading about twin flames and what are they thinking about was the title. I'll link it down below if you're interested. And that also spoke of everybody moving up, becoming their inner star, whether you're a guy or you're a girl. So this is interesting because I think the future is with your leadership in a certain place, your expertise in a certain place. That's like King and Queen of Pentacles. It's really, really stable. This could be somebody who's a high earner, and they can also have a place at work that's pretty stable. Okay, you've been there for many years. Your tenure has been there for many years. Purification. We got happiness with the happiness card. We're going to look at the quadrants that we have left here. It's only wise to do that too. 555 when I looked up at the monitor. We have freedom that you're accessing. That could be the activation that we saw here. I think freedom is different for everybody. We all talk about it in certain spaces for ourselves. This could be things that you've dealt with from past life regression, even your childhood too, that you're currently dealing with and you are surpassing generationally. For the Divine Feminine, it looks like your role is changing, whether you're ready or not, and if you're even in the receiving mode or not, because this purification seems to already have happened and taken place. We see that a freeze over has happened pretty recently for you. Divine Feminine's pretty confident. I think you finished that chapter with open arms. Maybe here you even got advice from a mentor or a friend in purification. And then we have get in the flow with Merlin spirit. It's called the meandering pathway though in Enchanted Forest Oracle. The whole point of this card is that you get to manifest. And now it's the correct type of dream and you're aligned. That's the proposition of the card. Also, you put yourself in flow. You are accepting that you have to be in flow. No matter what obstacles too are in the way. The Divine Feminine might be learning that she doesn't need the masculine's help all the time as well in July. Okay? Some of you who are in a relationship, I want to mention this. If you're in a relationship, the new relationship could have been your activation of love and that your heart is still open to accepting, okay? Because maybe there was a time, I see here where it could be possible that you gave up on yourself and maybe even the whole concept of love. I think you're reopening some wounds there too. There's like a open heart chakra activation, and this is green, so heart chakra is green as well. Okay, we do have to get into your preliminary cards for Divine Feminine in July. This is the most exciting part because it also opens up the reasoning for the purification in the past. Also, if there has been a suppression of some wounding, we're going to look into that. Okay, so let's see here. And sorry for my chair. It's a squeaky, squeaky chair. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine. A few things. 8 of Wands. First card, Sagittarius. Famously Sag. So this is a message either coming to you about yourself, or there's a couple things here. You are adjusting to the timeline to receive messages about a new season. Maybe some of you are opening up connections, okay, and opportunities for yourself because the 8 of Wands is that. And we see here that it's a time of communication during Uranus in Gemini. Okay, Gemini is a fellow air sign, so we don't feel as limited with Gemini. It's a fellow sister air sign. So I think there's a lot of communication for you, Libra. Also, if you're a masculine and you know this is your Divine Feminine side, you could be more talkative lately, as the 8 of Wands signifies. Let's see, could we look at the flow card, please? The flow. Thank you. You got 2. 6 of Cups. Okay. There could be a love story here from the past. It is retrograde. It began yesterday. Past card, right? King of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So interesting that we have a fire sign energy. Your person does not have to be. I think the clarifier for something like this could be Temperance or the 3 of Pentacles for a Divine Feminine story. I'll tell you my reasoning for that too, Libras. Because if a past person does want to see you or come back, I think you have the power in your gates, if you know what I mean. Because the 6 of Cups talks about Yeah, we're watery. We are open to emotion, but you really have to understand what this past person wants. Okay. We're going to clarify it. We always do. And I'm really interested about that Six of Cups. What is it, please? Thank you. Ace of Cups. And you have it. It was a little sideways on my desk. Kind of felt like that. Ace of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, the 3 water signs. There is an eye where he's catching the tear. If you look in the tarot card, he's catching the tears from this. I think it's a divine feminine. It's just a little blue, a little bluish green. Okay, they might want to reach out first due to attraction, because this is a very determined individual. The King of Wands is very usually determined to get what he wants. Okay, they see that you have almost like a amiability, and it could be your friendliness, Libra, because we're a very talkative sign overall. I think that they want to reach out for friendship. Okay, this person could want to bond with you over something. Ace of Cups can be a renewal of a friendship and a renewal of a promise too, because the Ace of Cups talks about new beginnings in love. They can also be very attractive, because that's King of Wands. They could be very visually stunning. Just remember, you would have to use discernment with this relationship, and also what would they want out of their divine feminine. That's a couple things you can ask yourself today. Because I think this connection, Six of Cups, is soulmate energy. It's not the lovers, but it's very soulmatey, the Six of Cups. So I think that's coming up next in the timeline. More like, okay, June, July, August was this type of energy for you. And a lot of you tied up something generationally, okay, that you're probably curing right now, is what I see. Let me know if you guys like these in the future, if this is the kind of video that you would like to see on the original Libra Light, which is the one we're on. Okay, let's see. So you have the Six of Cups in this reading. I like it. Okay, so different kind of flavor. I think you learn through these types of relationships, learning to discern what is soulmate and what is not. Who is coming into my life, and can I recognize it for what it is? The divine feminine is very powerful right now, Libras. There's a lot of things that you can deem to change within yourself. And everybody else is going to understand because they know your story. They're understanding you at this time. Here's the communication of why they want to understand, perhaps. Or it's even an outpouring of support. This can be friends and family. 8 of Wands that you get. Okay. What kind of path? Let's do happiness. Let's do Libra's happiness card. I'll pull it up for a reminder. You have the Blue Jay Spirit. And also thank you for watching today, you guys. I'm just trying to revive here and see what happens. Okay, I'm giving myself 5 days to keep going. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. You have the Ace of Pentacles. That's interesting. 5 of Pentacles upright. And you have the Emperor. I have the King of Wands and the Emperor for today. Those are my divine masculines in a divine feminine reading. There could be a masculine around some of you that, I don't know if they don't let you talk, or it's something about they want to have the power or the narrative. Okay, for some of you, it can be an ex, and it can be somebody that you were married to for some of my feminines. I think this is talking about whether you're going to choose happiness in the long run. Okay, do you want it that bad? Because this is a card that says you are already getting previews of a lot of that, and it might feel good to just let it pan out. Okay, so this is truly, I think this is the Ace of Pentacles intuitively. I think this is a good time to break open just a new season of friends, planning. I think it also talks about festivities and events that are coming up in your life. I think these are opportunities. Could be opportunities to also network and meet people. Okay? It looks like it's a gift from the universe for the divine feminine. Can it be more talkative? Yes. Maybe you were wondering, does it have talkative components for me to have good conversation, and is it solid? The answer is yes, because the 8 of Wands is that. Okay, you had Judgment. There's Judgment in a Saturday reading. That's good. King of Pentacles. They could show you that in the future they earn very well, or they do it very honestly. Taurus, right? So we have a Taurus in the reading. Let's look at all your flip overs. And as you can see, some of them don't show themselves to me. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. 10 of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Okay, so you do have a little bit of that collaborative energy in your reading. We only spoke of it. Now you have it in a clerical card on the table. Okay, Nine of Cups. It didn't fall down. I got it. Okay, I see something here about the happiness. When we clarified in the current if the Divine Feminine, is she really happy? We got the 10 of Cups. This is synonymous. They're tarot associative cards. The oracle matches the tarot card. Final answer, because a lot of you might pick up on this video on Monday. You might not watch this today. This might be something that ends up on your feed later. The 10 of Cups, you're heading there. It's almost like your foot is in the sand heading to this type of energy. It's just an oracle energy, but I think a lot of you have evidence of how this happiness is panning for you. And then we have all of this collaborative energy for the future. Okay, so we have you working alone there. It's a news desk, and I know it's a masculine and a DF video, but he's working very hard. It could indicate your place of work with the 9 of Cups. And then the 3 of Pentacles are people there. It's supportive, right? It's like soul tribe. The thing is, how are you accessing that? That's what I want to ask. 6 of Cups. Ooh, this is nice. This combo is very nice. 6 of Cups and 10 of Cups. It talks about soulmate, happiness on the way to wish fulfillment. Okay. There could be a past love that wants to talk to you about your happiness. Okay, that's something also that I see here. Or they return because they see you happy. It's plausible. We just need to get a card about that. Okay, they could be Scorpio, Taurus. The Emperor is Aries. So I'm just reading you off the signs. 3 of Pentacles is Capricorn. So I have those people here. A lot of earth, a lot of water. Ace of Pentacles even, that's another earth sign. My only fire signs is Sag and Aries in this one. There's not a clear Leo, if some of you are wondering. I just have, these are the type of fire energy. Or if your person is a Leo and they behave in this way, they would be showing up via the reading that way. Yes, okay. Because Emperor is Aries. Okay, the conclusion for the collaborations for my Divine Feminine, Tower. Okay, there's a big change. Maybe you move. Some of you could also be compatible with something else. It's a little bit better for you. The Tower is a sudden change, okay? Even here on the channel, like being moved around a lot lately, I felt the sudden change. It was very, very hard and it's painful. So that's just an example over here, what I've been experiencing as a girl. And then the 3 of Pentacles, let's see what that means. The support, we have the Moon. Maybe you don't know true allies or support in the family, okay? If you've been hermiting a lot, maybe this is an unlikely support system. It's a hidden person that can help you. You just have to ask. Yes, because the Moon is Cancer and Pisces. They could even be a water sign. This is also water. The Tower is Scorpio. Okay, what else do we have here? 3 of Pentacles for occupation. Let's go to work with that. It's a work card. You have the 8 of Pentacles. That's interesting that it popped out as work. So here you have an 8, and an Emperor in the possible future. I think a lot of you communicate in a space where you have artistic and creative motivations. Do you see that in the card a little bit with the occupation there? Because you could be moving into something you truly are meant to do. And you're meant to be there. Okay, you have something to add to that space. I think someone would be even glad to hear from you with this type of energy because it's very spoken word, 8 of Wands. Thank you guys so much. If it resonated, let me know. If your Divine Feminine journey is going to some of these cards, please let me know if it was. And then you have the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We're just going to pull it back. Knight of Cups. So that's a Pisces flavor. That's love and healing. love and healing. Love, healing, healing, love. And it's funny because it looks like it's somebody who is a little bit more brand new for you, has come with the times of your ascension process. They can be water. It's looking like they have a really good calming mix. You're going to know because they'll be calmer than what you came from. Are they the Eight of Wands, please? Are they the Eight of Wands for the Divine Feminine? Seven of Wands is like a maybe, okay? In tarot, they might have a similar story of having blocked out love, because it's how it's very defensive. They could be very defensive, or they're on guard. Masculine's coming out a little bit more though today. You have the Emperor and the King of Wands. This could be somebody like the behind the scenes story is that they come from divorce, strife, and something very painful. It might even help you, Libra, understand the environment after they tell you this story. Because they could be coming from a painful restarting of their life. It's like they're starting over. What else about the Ace of Pentacles? Sorry about that. Three of Cups, a Cancer. Oh, I grabbed two. Six of Pentacles, Taurus. So you have Taurus, Cancer in my hand. And I asked about that opportunity. If you guys remember, it's with a record in a record office. First, maybe some of you do music. Maybe you record music. Some of you could be getting into audiobooks, or your voice is utilized, Libra, because that's in a record company office. And then the microphone stand is right here. Okay, so maybe you have to speak out about something. Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. This can be an environmental change. I finally got it. It can be a celebration of something that you can give back. Okay, it's like a talent, skill, or a trade that you already tap into. Some of you could be listening to something similar right now in your life, which is very inspirational in your eyes. That could be something that you're giving to too, but it seems fair. You see the Six of Pentacles? It's fair. Okay, you guys. Comment section is open down below. We're going to try to keep this channel going. I'm going to give it 5 days, okay? I don't want to completely make it archival if I don't have to. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for all the support.